So much for tuning in to the daily vibration. I'm kind of aiming the lights so you guys can see the cards. So, how are you guys doing? I want to say happy, happy Friday to you. It is Venus Day. You guys know that on Fridays it is Venus Day and it is all about self-love. So we got self-love in the atmosphere today, right? Now today is 8/26/2022. Total vibration of the day, if you are adding the month, the date, and the year, is the number 4. All right. Not to mention, my love, if we are going to be using just the date alone, the day alone, that is vibrating on the number 8. Okay. So within the number 4, just so you guys know, that is there may be some type of, I want to say, maintenance required on your inner and on your inner being and maybe on your outer realm today, so you need to pay attention to that when you're dealing with the number 4, because that number is all about doing, right? Determination may be key today when dealing with the number 4, as well as being able to apply what you need to or what you learned today. All right, stability is still in the atmosphere as we're moving throughout this energy, so you need to be mindful about that. You can find that there's lazy energy in the atmosphere today when you're dealing with some people, or you may feel lazy yourself, right? You can find that there's unjust energy in the atmosphere where there's a lack of fairness or consideration, right? Lack of discipline is in the atmosphere also with the number 4, right? So if you're tapping into the vibration of the number 8, you can tap into confidence, compassion, using your discernment and inner wisdom today. Some of the things that you can do while pulling on the vibration from the number 8. Now, the flip side of the number 8 is being rude, domineering, like you're better than, and greed. Right? So be mindful of that. We do have Venus in the atmosphere today, so some people can be operating on a bit of greed. Okay. Now, let's jump into this, right? Sun is in Virgo, so there's a lot of analytical energy in the atmosphere, but it's analyzing your health and your well-being, what works, what doesn't, right? But that energy can sometimes, if you were over analyzing, can be critical and a little bit, discriminative, right? The moon is going to be in Leo up until about 8:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, depending on where you're located, and then it's going to switch on over to Virgo. Okay, so then we're going to have the sun in Virgo and the moon in Virgo for the next 2 days at about 8:25 p.m. tonight. So you can still find some of that Leo energy in the atmosphere, but once we hit Virgo's moon, which you're going to be operating in over the weekend, right? And we don't do daily vibrations on the weekend, so we're going to talk about this Virgo moon now, right? So with the Virgo moon and the Virgo sun over the weekend, you can definitely find energy where people are checking, and I feel like people are checking boxes to the things that don't fit, like crossing things out off of the list and maybe checking boxes with what fits and what doesn't fit, right? As far as maybe their integrity, or what's that, their reputation, being transparent, like there's things happening in the atmosphere over this weekend that's going to call you to attention to analyze even more in depth of what works and what doesn't, right? What I was hearing in meditation as I was thinking about just the energy in the atmosphere before recording was like going with the flow is important this weekend, but I also feel being alert as you're going with the flow is important. When I say being alert to what you're feeling, what you're thinking, as well as what you're doing, because that's going to produce the practicality in your experience. So that's going to produce the manifestation. Are you grounded in what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and what you're doing, right? Or you just acting out of emotions, or too much negative chatter, or too much trying to please other people. So these are things that you may have to think over the weekend, because your integrity may come into call And or you may even find that you're questioning other people's integrity, right? So either your integrity may come into call this weekend, somebody may call you out on something this weekend, or you can find that you may have to call someone else out, right? And when so going with the flow is if that arises, you don't want to not confront things that's popping up for you to deal with, right? And I kind of feel like there is like a heaviness in the atmosphere for people that may have been trying to manifest some things for a while and they feel a little stagnant in their energy. I feel like with the number 4 in the atmosphere today, as well as you're moving throughout the weekend, right? And I didn't even pull the weekend's energy, but I feel like the weekend is going to be a place where you're going to have to keep yourself grounded, right? We do have Syrian energy popping up, Syrian A and Syrian B. And I swear to you, like I did not this year. They just jumped out because I do jump in cards, right? So these two energies just jumped out. So honesty and integrity is going to be popping out with Syrian A today. And Syrian B we're going to use for the weekend. Okay, so you have Syrian A popping off, starting off the weekend today. That's talking about your integrity and being honest. But Syrian A energy is also about learning how to trust and being transparent. And I kind of feel like asking for what you really want, right? The flip side to this energy can be disloyal energy. It can be repressed emotions, really not dealing with stuff, non-committed, like you don't want to commit to things because you're operating in fear, okay? Or you don't want to commit to things if you're operating with integrity and honesty. You don't want to commit to things because that's not what you're led to do, okay? So this energy can also be somebody that's aloof, like you're just unaware. You understand what I'm saying? Like you're just unaware. You're unaware of people's personal space. You're unaware of social, like just social settings, you know? You can find people that just clearly unaware this weekend as they're moving with the Syrian A energy, if they're dealing with the flip side of this energy, okay? Now, today as you're moving throughout the day, you want to make sure that you are being transparent and asking for what you want and really stepping into your I am presence. And I kind of feel with this energy with the I am presence, it's more like not allowing yourself to buy in to the environment that you're in, right? Because it don't look the way that you think it should look, or it don't look the way that you feel at the moment, right? So not buying in. This has a little glare on it. Let's see. Okay, there we go. That should be a little better. Not buying in, right? This is this is crown chakra energy. See? Not buying into the woe is me, the victimhood, not buying into other people's limitations or other people's thoughts, not buying into that self-defeating voice that sometimes can come in and tell you you can't, you shouldn't, you know, woulda, coulda, shouldas, right? There's opportunities being presented for you today, and I feel like these opportunities that's being presented today are not just opportunities of the word magical is coming through, but I feel like not just opportunities of physical things, but also opportunities of healing, right? And opportunities of you to speak your truth. I can't make this up. Healing chaos. You know, out of order, you know, order comes out of chaos. That's how you know you're beginning to really begin your alchemy walk in your spiritual ascension, right? When you can begin to transmute energy, when you can elevate past a situation where it seems like there's no way out, where it seems like there's no money coming in, where it seems like there's no light at the end of the tunnel, where it seems that there's a whole bunch of light around you and you can't, it's so bright that you can't even see anything around you to hold on to touch, to feel. You feel like the rug may have been pulled up from under you. That doesn't mean that you stop operating from integrity. That doesn't mean that you stop being honest with yourself. That doesn't mean that you stop trusting. That doesn't mean that you stop being transparent. That don't mean that you get to treat people disloyally, or you get to walk around with your repressed emotions and then explode because you haven't really spoken your truth. You haven't stepped into your I am presence. I am whatever you say I am. I don't know if y'all remember that song. I am whatever you say I am. What do you say you are? What are you buying into what others are saying about you? Something that you may have to focus on today, right? Card number 19 from Syrian B, right? This energy has to do with you growing up. This has to do also with your responsibilities, but it has to do with you integrating everything that you've learned, right? And being able to apply it to your situations. This energy is all about having the facts. Now, I also want to say something about facts. Okay, facts and truth are different. Sometimes the facts don't always align with the truth, so you do need to understand that. Right? The truth is that we operate in this dimension in a system of time. So right now, if you look at the clock, that would be a system of time. The fact is that it could be, what time is it here? I'm looking at the time right now. It is 10:07. Right? The fact is that it is 10:07 here where I am. That's a fact. The fact is in 1 minute it's going to be 10:08. So it's no longer 10:07. So it's 10. Was the fact that 10:07 was just a minute ago, was that a lie? No, that was truth. We're dealing in time system, right? The truth is we're dealing in a time system. I'm sorry, but the fact is time changes. So facts can change. That's the point I'm trying to make. Facts can change. So you constantly want to be checking in to make sure that you're staying on top of the fact. And the fact of the matter is not everybody that says that they're for you is for you. Right? Family is something that's popping up, supporting Syrian B's energy. Right? The flip side to Syrian B energy can be shame, regret, remorse, self-sabotage. And we're going to get into the energy that you're dealing with when you're dealing and interacting with people today. One of the things that about my videos that you guys need to be mindful of, right? I can't like give you empty readings. I think I started off the channel, I used to go ahead and do that clickbait stuff. I mean, I can tell you who's cheating, when they did it, like I can get into the cards and I can do all of that, but that doesn't really help and heal you. Because really and truly, you don't need me to tell you when somebody's cheating or when somebody's treating you like shit, That would just be confirmation. It's more beneficial for me to use my gift to showing you how you can heal and get past some things. Don't set up in remorseful energy today. Be transparent. I would say, we also have soul healing. And I really feel like on a deeper level, a lot of people are going through that energy, that soul healing energy. Fulfillment and wishes. Now, fulfillment and wishes, just so you know, this does not only mean positive shit. If you've been focusing on some negative things, you can also have a fulfillment and a wish fulfilled from something negative, okay? So you do need to be mindful of that as you're moving throughout the day. All right, now, here is where I just want to break down some things and say to you that you want to keep in mind that energy is fluid. All right, we're going to get into the elements here. This was a message from Spirit. Now we're going to get into the elements, right? You want to keep in mind that energy is fluid, which means I can say that this is your energy, but this could be the energy that you're interacting with, right? And you want to apply the energy where it applies. And if this message resonates and it vibrates, you want to go ahead and take what you need, leave what you do not, and maybe shelf what you don't understand and circle back on around. All right. In case you need clarification, confirmation, and maybe even inspiration. All right. So with that being said, And I don't think I said that in the beginning. I think I just jumped right into things. And that's really because I'm tired, y'all. I am tired. You know, I pre-record these videos the day before. Well, rather the night before, because it's actually 10:07 p.m. Well, not 10:11, but all right. So we got the Two of Pentacles, which is also about balance and prioritizing things, right? And that's showing up with Capricorn's energy, all right? Okay, so that's showing up with Capricorn's energy and Jupiter's energy. We also have Saturn's energy and Sagittarius' energy on the board. We also have the Sun card and Aries energy on the board. That's a lot going on in these cards today, right? And we will break it all down, y'all. We will break it all down. We will take a look and see exactly what's going on. So we got Jupiter and we got Saturn on the board. I'm sorry, Jupiter and Capricorn on the board here. And this is showing up with the Two of Pentacles energy. And it's also showing up with third eye chakra energy. Definitely about your perception. Prioritizing and for some people juggling on what they say, robbing Peter and paying Paul is something I used to hear back in the days from my parents, right? So for some people, this is being able to bring maybe even your finances or your work schedule and stuff into balance, okay? For some people, this is bringing your life into balance, all right? For some people, this is you being able to be a little bit more I want to say smart with how you're spending money, and as well as spending your time and the time that you're putting into things, right? Jupiter's energy is going to expand whatever you're investing your time and energy in. Now, Capricorn energy is asking you to discipline yourself as you bring balance into the situation, right? This is paired with the 10 of Wands energy. This is overburdened energy. This is a lot of responsibility here, okay? This is a lot of responsibility. You could be responsible for other people, you know. You could have a lot of responsibility on the job. You do have root chakra energy, so this could also represent family, but this could be money. This could be trust, okay? So there's balancing your responsibilities, okay, especially if things are stressing you out. You do have the King of Wands in reverse, right? Because this is probably causing people to have experiences of moodiness, maybe even a little nasty and impulsive with your response. I kind of feel like, you know, this machismo energy, my way to highway. Yeah, very bully-like energy, okay? Is what I'm hearing with this. So you want to be mindful of that, okay? We do have the Sun card here, which is representing Leo's energy. So that could be very narcissistic energy or maybe teenage-like energy where people are not taking responsibility, but you just want to get the praises for everything. The third eye chakra is showing up here in reverse, right? So you got two, you know, the third eye chakra is showing up twice, which means the perception here could be a little warped, or you're probably looking at things with the glass half empty instead of half full, okay? You do have the Empress card showing up here with a different type of energy, but it's showing up with the Seven of Pentacles here, right? You got the Empress showing up with the Seven of Pentacles, and then you have the Eight of Wands, okay? All right, so the shift in the energy is really, really simple. The Empress energy, just so you know, this energy is the energy of Venus, okay? This is love, this is your values, but this is also energy of abundance. This is the feminine principle. This is being able to be productive in how you move, okay? This is prosperous energy, okay? But it's paired with the Seven of Pentacles, and this energy, Seven of Pentacles, usually means working towards something, you know, putting in the effort. But with this being in reverse, it's kind of like, why am I even investing my time and my energy in this? I don't even know if I want to do that anymore. Okay, feeling very frustrated about maybe you're not getting the manifestation that you want from something. That's going to change very quickly. So I kind of feel like even if you haven't been taking responsibility, you may have been coming across nasty to someone, okay? Because you have not been speaking your truth like we talked about, right? We talked about that in the beginning. So there could be some type of conversation going on here with someone. Yeah, someone feels stressed out and feeling very frustrated and like they don't even know if they want to do this anymore. They don't know if they want to do the work that's required anymore. And this is what they're feeling. Right? You know, what they're thinking is, they're really thinking is, I need to find balance. I need to find balance. Not just mentally, emotionally, but also financially. My life needs balance. So they're thinking my life needs balance so I can manifest, so I can grow, so I can improve, so I can really enjoy life. There's a lot of responsibilities, and then you may have been trying to work it out with somebody or work things in a certain way, and it's just not going, and you're feeling like, why? Now you do have energy here popping on up. As far as the action that's being taken is the King of Wands energy, but the King of Wands energy is in reverse, could be rude, it could be very harsh. Right, and it's here with the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands could mean something changing very quickly, right? Some type of news coming very quickly, but keeping in mind, this energy here with Leo could be narcissistic. So this could be someone speaking the truth with this change right here. Okay, some type of offer is coming in. You got the Knight of Cups on the board. Okay, somebody may need to step it up and ask for what they want. This Knight of Cups could also represent asking for what you want. Throat chakra, heavy contemplation here. We do have Jupiter showing up again with Libra's energy. So we're talking about balancing whatever fears and anxiety you have. And that's really because you're not asking for what you want. So you can find yourself sitting in some place of meditation and, or feeling like you need to get to a place of meditation, or creating some place of, I want to say peace for you, right? A sacred space for you to go where you can get quiet, where you can really listen and listen to, and so you can ask for what you want is what I'm hearing. The overall energy with the chakras is the third eye chakra popping up here on the board today. I should have pulled the other cards. And I want to say watch the moody energy too, because I got caught up in that energy yesterday. I mean, I had a temper tantrum over my Amazon delivery that did not show up on time when it was supposed to show up. And it said that it was delivered. I did not appreciate that. So I had a little fit about that. I had to call Amazon customer service, and my son politely just checked me and told me, Mom, you did way too much. Basically, like saying you could have breathed. Like, you didn't have to go through all of that. You could have given the package until tomorrow. So let's see. We have some type of soul connection, some type of relationship. And this doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship with somebody else. This could be a relationship with yourself. But for some people, it could be your spouse, your partner, right? For some people, this is just a deep love, you know, some type of connection, some type of union. This could also be like a friendship. And you could be reminiscing in the past, and as well as maybe the perception that you have about certain things may not necessarily be the way it is, or the perception that they have about certain things may not necessarily be the way that it is, right? Some people may need to learn from the past and create new memories. I feel like with Cupid's arrow, this is about having faith. And you know, this says love is coming, but I feel like love is always in the ear. Like, so if, and I'm not talking about a romantic type of love. I'm talking about love of self, you know, love of other people. That's always in the ear. You cannot be happy and sad at the same time. You can't say that you forgive someone, but you still haven't really forgiven them. You know, so you can't forgive someone and then keep throwing stuff up in their face, right? Because you do not like what they just did or what they just said. Like, if you're going to forgive someone, you can't hold them hostage. Call love. A message of love. Someone is thinking of you. And you know, for some of you, after this conversation and after you start to figure out what you need to bring into balance, you can start to feel that love flowing in. And I'm not talking about that euphoric type love that kind of fades away. I'm talking about like a great love and appreciation for what you have and where you are, regardless of what the situation looks like. Like resting in that love where you know you're going to be okay. Looking back and seeing what you've been through and seeing like there's nothing that you haven't overcome. Was it difficult? Yeah, it might have been difficult. But you got to the other side. The only way through something, the only way to get to the other side is to go through it. You're going to have to go through it. Okay, know that as you're moving throughout the energy this weekend starts today, right? That you are protected. If you have any cards, you may want to just pull one card to tell you exactly how you should be moving over the weekend. But this could also mean trusting your intuition and asking your guides and angels and, you know, however you communicate with the spiritual world. Strength is your portion. Everything that you've experienced in your life up until this point has created you for this moment right now, and you are strong enough. For some of you, your environment is why you are feeling the way that you're feeling. So you may have to create a space for yourself, a sacred, safe space, right? So remember, sometimes you got to share walls with someone, aka sit next to someone, you know, share an apartment with someone, share a house with someone, share a car with someone. But that does not mean that you have to share your space. Your space would be your internal world. You can create a space internally that no one can give access to unless you grant permission. Okay, so think about that. Okay, I don't even know if I did the announcements in the beginning. I forgot about that, y'all. I'm a little tired, but let me run through the announcements again. So astrology and archetypes are going to be coming back. I don't have an exact date for that, but that is going to be starting back up again, where I start to break down what's happening in astrology as well as the archetypes that you can know how to maneuver through this energy, right? New channel is going to be launching in Libra season, so that's going to be September 23rd. I'm super excited about that. I just want to have a few content up and ready to go for launch date. So I only got a couple so far, but I want to, you know, launch with at least I have a number of videos in my head that I want to release on launch date, so I'm working towards that. I only have 2 of them so far. Okay, so new channel will be coming on the 23rd of next month. Super excited about that. Ooh, we are going to be starting another 100-day level up journey. All right, so I'm excited about that. The 100 days already done. Okay, so I've already mapped the 100 days out. I just have to finalize a date, and then I'm going to let you guys know, but I just wanted to let you guys know that's coming back, right? And Patreon also will be up, and you guys will find a new posting on Patreon on September 5th, okay? So I'm super excited about that too, right? Okay, well, I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. Sorry that I'm a little tired tonight while doing this video, but keeping in mind, y'all, you can't be happy and sad at the same time. You want to go on and do something nice for yourself. You want to love yourself. You want to honor yourself. Do not self-sabotage yourself. You also want to be kind to other people, not because they deserve it, but just because you can, right? And sometimes kindness doesn't mean saying yes, ma'am, and giving people whatever it is they want. Sometimes kindness comes with you saying no. Okay, so be mindful of that. All right, I love and appreciate each and every one of y'all, and I'm going to see y'all on Monday. Bye, my loves.